Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 3 in a best of 3 series between Fly and Fanta. Fly spawning here at what I'll call the 4 o'clock position as the blue orc. Meanwhile, Fanta has spawned as the red undead down over here, and it is going to be really close spawns as I am now starting this game at the 2-minute 30-second mark. Blademaster quickly going after some of these units here, going after the Troll Trapper. I'm going to go ahead and grab that tome there, and very interesting strategy here, purposely limiting the amount of damage that can be dealt. You can see that the Ogre Warrior and the Ogre Magi really can't do that much, and these guys are just able to face these units pretty much one at a time, and by facing the units one at a time, they are able to get in some extra bit of damage and clear out a creep camp that they really have no business clearing out this early in the game. Alright, Blademaster really down to 121 hit points and is going to be in a little bit of a sticky situation as the Blademaster now turns around, goes after the Ogre Warrior. There is a Pendant of Energy and a Watcher Ward as that one Ogre will get taken out as well. Meanwhile, Death Knight quickly comes in, cleans up the turtle green creep camp outside the orc player's base in order to steal a bit of experience, grabbing a Mantle of Intelligence. Blademaster sitting on a Pendant of Energy. We'll see if that will be given to a Shadow Hunter or most likely a Tauren Chieftain in the next time around, as the Death Knight is really just playing to go after these 4-1-1 creep camps. A couple of reasons why these 4-1-1 creep camps are so easy to take down are the fact that they all have medium armor. With the use of ghouls and skeletal minions, it is very easy to creep out these creep camps in little to no time flat, and they do give some good items. You can see, there you go, what was that? A death coil onto that Blademaster. The Blademaster took a little bit of damage here and now needs to consider what he's going to be doing next. He can't really take all that much damage as we see him now running back once more. Death Knight wandering around over here. Blademaster is off to the north, not gonna, or perhaps gonna get intercepted here. Quickly windwalks, and the windwalked Blademaster will not be spotted. Is the Blademaster gonna buy Boots of Speed? Yes, he will, as the Death Knight of Fanta now needs to figure out what his follow-up strategy is going to be. Now, the Death Knight really wants to clear out this creep camp, but unfortunately for him, he does not have Dust of Appearance. The Blademaster is nearby, and with that, he knows that he cannot really challenge that Blademaster unless he does have Dust. He's going to perhaps head back home, pick up the Dust, and once he does have that Dust, is he going to pick up Dust? Yes, he does, and another Rod of Necromancy. However, he's leaving the base, and he's going to let the Blademaster now clear out this creep camp. Ogre Warrior will get taken down with pretty much little to no effort, as we see the Forest Trolls now are left. Meanwhile, the Death Knight wandering around. Perhaps he's going to go after another green creep camp here, and then perhaps try to hit up this creep camp next, as I'm sure he does want level 3. We are nearly at Halls of the Dead. Ghouls are still being trained as the Death Knight clears out a Sea Turtle hatchling, and perhaps is going to use, yes, another Rod of Necromancy charge before making its way off to this orange creep camp, most likely. Now, the Blademaster is sitting at 2. The Death Knight is sitting at 2. The Death Knight is in position to get to level 3. And it looks like the Death Knight is just trying to creep out all the creep camps he can while he has a bit of a lead. Ogre Warriors going to fall. Perhaps item will be left behind. Yes, Ring of Protection +2. The Death Knight does not have to, or the Death Knight could be using what's it called here? A Dust of Appearance here at any moment now. Is he going to use it? Oh, the Blademaster quickly reveals himself. The Death Knight now gets to level 3 as the Blademaster now trying to go after some of those ghouls. Oh my goodness, come on. Get the kill. Yes, the Skeletal Minion does get the kill off there as the ghouls are now starting to fall. That is a little bit of a misstep there. Perhaps the Death Knight was hoping that the Death Coil would finish off the unit. That wasn't the case. That was a little bit of free experience almost, as now Fanta gets the heal onto that low hit point ghoul and will end up saving it. The Blademaster is still sitting at 2, and the Death Knight, because the Death Knight has Unholy Aura, is able to run up and keep up with these ghouls and let them run away faster. That is the main reason there, as the Blade Master himself is currently just shy of level 3. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 2, now trying to clear out this creep camp here. Shouldn't have a problem. He does have Endurance Aura, as the Death Knight perhaps is looking to get a little bit of a kill steal with a Death Coil. All right, let's take a look at that. That Ogre Warrior sitting at 208 hit points. Is it going to fall? This one sitting at 172. I could have there he goes. There is that kill steal, as another Ogre Warrior will get taken down, and we see a Circlet of Nobility is picked up. Death Knight steals a bit of experience, but the Blade Master does get level 3, as he was close enough for that experience there. Death Knight still wandering around the map, and he's just sitting there running laps, as we see the ghouls are just working overtime to get and harvest more lumber. All right, Death Knight waiting to head off over here. He's gonna perhaps sell some items and now continue on his merry way. The Blade Master gonna get some free shots on that Death Knight, and the Blade Master, even with Boots of Speed, having a little bit of a difficult time keeping pace with that Death Knight. All right, still consistently doing little bits of damage here, but I'm really concerned about Fanta. Fanta has not been really using this time at all, but he is going into very, very fast destroyers, and that may be the big saving moment. All right, how did this destroyer, is it stuck here? Oh no, the destroyers can actually squeeze down in here, and I think Fanta is trying to hide the fact that he's going for mass destroyers. Stronghold, we are still currently sitting at Stronghold, so no fortress, so mass destroyers could end up dealing a lot of damage here. This is off of 2 slaughterhouses, so double slaughterhouse means that we are going to have a lot of obsidian statues and a lot of destroyers at any moment. All right, let's take a look at this. The Blade Master comes inside, sees exactly what is going on here, and goes, what is going on? I need to upgrade. I need to build a war mill, more orc burrows, definitely need more orc burrows, and perhaps even start that upgrade to fortress. All right, do we also see a transition into headhunters? That is going to be the next big question, as the obsidian statue upgrade to destroyers has been completed. All right, adding some extra mana and hit points to the Death Knight. Death Knight now all ready to go. There's one destroyer up in the air. Absorb mana. There is another destroyer. Absorb mana most likely. And we now already have, are we going to have a third destroyer? Yes, we are. We are going to have 3 destroyers in the air ready to go. And these 3 destroyers are just going to tear apart all of these units here. All right, poor obsidian statue getting ensnared in the back though, but 1 orc burrow already gone. That obsidian statue is absorbing a whole bunch of damage right now with that frost armor, but still not going to be enough. As you can see, the destroyers are going after the orc burrows very, very quickly. Immolation aura on the Tauren Chieftain, and that is a scary sight, especially for all the mass ghouls out there. Scroll of Healing not used in time, as we can see more and more orc burrows getting shot down. We are now sitting at 50 over 20 supply. The final orc burrow going to be taking a lot of damage. Is it going to fall? No, it is not. Massively being repaired. Major renovations going on there. And was Fanta's very, very risky strategy worth it? That is going to be the big question. As you can see, there was two orc burrows need to be built, another orc burrow, and will be needed just to even up supply, and those perhaps more units will be coming in momentarily. 50 over 20 compared to 41 over 50. Not quite sure who has the bit of the advantage. Fly does have a larger army right now. And let's take a look at the heroes. Level 3 on the Blade Master, the Tauren Chieftain, level 3 as well. But that immolation from the Cloak of Flames dealing so much damage, as that Tauren Chieftain is a very, very strong melee hero. Perhaps if 1 or 2 of those obsidian statues did not fall, that would have been a very, very big play indeed, as the Tauren Chieftain getting in some extra damage just by standing still next to these giant sea turtles here. All right, Potion of Greater Mana. Let's take a look at it. This giant sea turtle will get taken down. Once he is taken down, the Tauren Chieftain will most likely try and heal himself. Yes, heal himself, heal up some other units, and also picking up that Potion of Greater Mana. Also setting up an expansion off to the north. And we now see that Fly with this expansion may actually pull out ahead. Orc Burrows are going to be coming into play over here, and Fanta's window of just trying to rush into those destroyers and win the game early is quickly closing. As the game goes longer, the Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4 and the Blade Master at 3 compared to the Death Knight who is at 3 and the Lich who is at 1, that is going to start falling in favor of Fly. Fanta took a quick 1-0 lead in the series, but is now really having a bit of trouble trying to get back into this. All right, Death Knight now running away. Let's take a look. Absorb mana, and the Destroyer does end up hopping up into the air here. The Death Knight could easily Death Coil to save as the Lich does get to level 2. All right, Scroll of Town Portal. Oh, ensnare onto the Destroyer. Destroyer down to 142 hit points, 67, and gets saved with a critical Scroll of Town Portal. Let's take a look. Where are those destroyers? The destroyers off over here, 4 of them in the air. And let's take a look. We are still only at Stronghold. We are going into Wind Riders though, as we see one Orc Burrow could get taken down very quickly. All right, it looks like the Orc Burrow is going to get taken down. There goes one, and now backing off again. One of the major downsides of the Orc Burrows though is that they do provide experience. So by going after the Orc Burrows and getting a little bit of damage on them and flying around and poking around, not only are you shutting down the macro or the build efforts of the Orc, you're also getting experience for your heroes. And if enough Orc Burrows are constantly destroyed, that does eventually add up very, very quickly. All right, one Orc Burrow off over here. It looks like the Destroyers are going to be regrouping with that army before making their way over. Meanwhile, the Death Knight and the Lich, only sitting at 3 and 2, really need to get some more units back at home, as we do see Frostworms are ready to go. All right, here we go. Destroyer going after that Orc Burrow. The Death Knight, I don't think will get to level... will not get to level 4 here, but there are a whole bunch of peons that could push it over the edge. All right, there you go. Oh my goodness, 1 experience shy from getting to level 4, and that is going to be a big deal there as the Destroyers are now looking to get away. Death Knight gets a Death Coil. There is level 2 Unholy Aura, most likely, as there's a Frost Nova down. However, quick ensnares onto the Ghouls. The Ghouls are in trouble. They're trying to get away, and they are going to get picked apart once more. Let's take a look. 4 Destroyers in the air. They may be able to get some free damage onto some of these Orc Burrows off over here, as they are flying units. The problem is that Fly still has a very strong income advantage. All right, let's see. Constant repairing. But the repairing may not be enough. Raider going to try to do an ensnare, and the ensnare does go down, landing 2 of the destroyers in unfavorable locations. With that, Fanta's hopes and Fanta's advantage is going to quickly go out the window as one destroyer, down to 59 hit points. Another ensnare goes down. One destroyer gets shot down by an Orc Burrow. And let's take a look. Unload the... Oh, I don't know if experience was given. I wasn't keeping track of it. The Orc Burrow may have gotten the kill there, as we are now looking at repairs going down on the Great Hall here. Fanta is in serious trouble. Fanta, let's take a look. 49 over 70 supply compared to Fly's 59 over 60. Income advantage is 14 gold a second compared to 10, as Fly is sitting at tier 2, or low upkeep. Meanwhile, the Tauren Chieftain now making its way over. Are we going to see the Blade Master get to level 4? Yes, we are. And with Wind Riders now as well, the Wind Riders, not only are they effective at dealing piercing damage to those destroyers, they're also able to see above the tree line and allow the Raiders to go in for the ensnare. That's perhaps one of the saving moments here, as we're still looking at no expansion coming in from Fanta. Fanta definitely needs the cards to fall in his favor in order to get ahead now, and that's just not happening. Level 2 on that Lich, even killing this Gargantuan Sea Turtle, it will only even up the hero count. It is not going to even tip things in favor in terms of the economic game, and you can see that the economic advantage is going to start to take its toll. Once Fanta tries to go into no or low upkeep, his income is going to be significantly smaller than his opponent. Frostworm right there. Scroll of Town Portal. Raiders, ensnares. Is the Wind Rider going to get taken down? No, they are not. There is the Scroll of Town Portal heading all back, as the Blade Master does have that Orb of Lightning to try and purge things up. Going after the Gargantuan Sea Turtle, it's going to get taken down. Blade Master is going to still sit at level 4, and the Tauren Chieftain may pick up a Potion of Greater I don't know, Potion of Invulnerability. I got to imagine that will be, well, now that could stay on the Tauren Chieftain, in fact, as the Blade Master has a bit of durability with a Potion of Healing himself. Speed Scroll sold. Potion of Invulnerability transferred, yes it was, and now a Scroll of Healing on the Tauren Chieftain instead. Very, very nice items here. All right, Skeletal Minions now trying to make their way off to the north, only to get picked apart and give free experience to a Tauren Chieftain who is getting so close to level 5. All right, let's come back over here. Blade Master chasing after all these units. Shade is currently off over here as well. The Shade should spot that Blade, or will spot that Blade Master, as there is the Blade Master there. Blade Master taking a little bit of damage. Orb of Mana, or sorry, Absorb Mana now coming in as the Blade Master gets some shots off onto the Flying Destroyer. Orb of Lightning, as you know, allows the heroes to attack air units, and there you go, there you have it. There's a bit of the damage here as an Ensnare does go down. Blade Master, Tauren Chieftain gonna go ahead and try for a stomp. Scroll of Town Portal once more, but all I think Fanta is delaying the inevitable with all of this running. He is not winning any fights. He's also not losing fights, so I think he's just hoping things fall his way in an upcoming battle. Hoping that his opponent makes a mistake. That is all you can really do at this point in the game once you know you are this far behind. All right, Blade Master now running back here. Frostworms do have level 1 armor, but that's not going to really do much of anything, as we already have the Orc Burrows with fortified armor, giving the towers and those Orc Burrows siege armor instead of the heavy armor that they normally have. Now that they have fortified armor, the Destroyers and the Frostworms are not going to do nearly as much damage, going from a 100% damage bonus to, I believe, a 50% damage reduction. Really goes to show you how much of a big swing in damage that is. All right. Fanta gearing up for what may be his last push, hoping that the cards all fall in the right position. Fly, meanwhile, sitting at nearly a max low upkeep army, is just buying his time, knowing that he doesn't need to engage. He can just wait for the right opportunity to strike, and when he does choose to strike, he knows that it is going to most likely be favorable, as his opponent Fanta is not going to have... Well, no, Fanta has a 77/80 supply army too. I take it back. Both of them have relatively even size armies. It's going to come down to who can execute and who has the better choice of units. You can see that there's not any more grunts on the orc side, so what's really going to happen is some really strange plays. All right, Troll Bat Riders rushing inside here. Are they going to get slowed down? You can see the Troll Bat Riders quickly suiciding their way in, and I don't believe anything was taken out there. The Gargoyle took a little bit of damage. Well, maybe the Gargoyle one Gargoyle got taken out earlier, as all that was meant to do was to free up supply. So what Fly is doing is he's purposely sacrificing Bat Riders to try and deal damage, knowing that he can trade very efficiently since he has the economic upper hand. All right, there you go. You can see the Blade Master trying to get away, unable to do so. Troll Bat Riders just suiciding themselves against this army here, as we are now in the high upkeep for Fly. Once Fly suicides another bat, that should be a really strong indicator of what's happening, because there are currently no Crypt Fiends in play. Blade Master is right there. He's taking a little bit of damage. That is not how you want to engage Fly. If Fly loses this game, this is because he makes a very silly mistake here in the coming moments. Here's the battle. There's the Raiders. There's a couple of ensnares. Frostworm is now on the ground, forcing an engagement. Bat Riders are now trying to make their way over. Headhunters are coming in as well. Both sides suffering a lot of damage. As you can see, the Troll Bat Riders are pushing their way through. Blade Master does have a potion of invulnerability, still making their way in. And Fly, all of a sudden, losing a lot of his army, down to 64 over 90 supply. Destroyers are still in the air. There are a handful of Frostworms. No, one Frostworm, no. One Frostworm is all that is left now. As you can see, the Abomination is up in the front. Abomination now getting taken down. And the Troll Headhunters are doing their jobs against those Destroyers. All right, there is a beautiful stomp coming in from the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain still stunning and slowing down all these units here. Blade Master is looking to back off. No, trying to rejoin in on the fight. As you see a beautiful ensnare onto another Frostworm. And that Frostworm may have been the difference between an even fight and victory and defeat. Losing that Frostworm now puts the Undead army at 36 supply. And with the death of the Death Knight, that should be the game. There is the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Fly taking Game 3 and this Best of 3 series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.